given how strong this storm is going to be and how slow it's going to move, it may be the single strongest, using that terminology, ACE index, storm that we've ever seen. And that's a product of how slow it's going to move. A lot of these big Atlantic hurricanes move very, very quickly because there's a stronger ridge out in the Atlantic. In this particular case, the steering currents are not quite as strong, but they are all aiming this west for at least 7 days. Watch the track of the storm. Watch the track of the storm. Watch the track of the storm. It's going to be bending to the west-southwest over the next few days. And my professor at Penn State, my tropical meteorology professor at Penn State, Dr. John Lee, I don't know if he's watching, but he always used to say, this is back in the 70s. You see, we've seen storms like this before. Back in the 70s. You see, we've seen storms like this before. The left. He said, when the track will bend to the left, the left, back in the 70s. You see, we've seen storms like this before. The left. In other words, if it's moving up west-northwest and it turns west to west-southwest, look for that kind of storm to become very intense. And this storm seems to have the same kind of situation going. Remember when Ike developed out in the Atlantic, it did that. Andrew looks like it was curving and then it turned to the west, became very intense after that. So it looks like it's going to do that.
East Coast, millions now preparing for what could be the worst hurricane to slam Florida. States of emergency now in effect in Florida, Georgia, and both Carolinas.
Going to be a major hurricane as it scrapes, saying in some cases unprecedented damage is expected. If you are told to evacuate, you need to do so. Unprecedented, extensive damage as this approaches the East Coast. Got an eye popping out. That is a sign. There's the eye right there. Future radar doesn't matter. We are talking about a major hurricane. This could be your problem next. Okay, this is a serious situation.
The left.
On the weekend, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. On the weekend, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Could be, potentially, could be, potentially, could be a problem.